gives two branches. Circumflex scapular artery. It goes to triangular opening and vascularizes muscles of the posterior group of the shoulder girdle. Please, very good. You can see circumflex scapular artery. Before triangular opening, after triangular opening. And thoracodorsal artery, which vascularizes muscles of the chest and also muscles of the back. You understand? Clavipectoral triangle, two arteries, superior thoracic artery and thoracoacromial artery. In pectoral.
Ma'am, you say this is the superior thoracic, not this one?
No, superior thoracic here, superior thoracic here. No. Superior thoracic here. Yes. Superior thoracic here, thoracoacromial. Yes, here thoracoacromial, here superior thoracic. Here anterior circumflex humeral, here posterior, here subscapular, and two branches. Yes. Next, axillary. What?
This one is
Branches to muscles. Branches to muscles. Next, axillary artery continues as the brachial. Please, very good, you can see brachial artery. Yes? Brachial artery goes along medial bicipital groove of the arm. Please, very good, you can see it gives branches. Many muscular branches to muscles of the anterior group of the arm. Next, deep brachial artery which goes to radial canal. And along radial canal, deep brachial artery gives muscular branches to muscles of the posterior group of the arm. Collateral radial artery to elbow joint and middle collateral artery to elbow joint. Deep brachial artery gives muscular branches to muscles of the posterior group and two branches to elbow joint. Collateral radial artery and middle collateral artery. Yes. Next, brachial artery gives superior collateral ulnar artery and inferior collateral ulnar artery also to elbow joint. That is why brachial artery gives first muscular branches, second deep brachial artery, third superior collateral ulnar artery, fourth inferior collateral and terminal branches, ulnar artery and radial artery. Yes? Please, very good, you can see. Here ulnar artery, here radial. There are terminal branches of the brachial artery. In the region of the elbow joint, brachial artery gives two terminal branches, ulnar artery and radial artery. Please give me your exercise book. Yes, sir. Here, right upper limb. Yes, right upper limb. Brachial artery, please. Same. This chart. First, muscular branches to muscles of the anterior group. Please, muscular branches. Next, you can see what? Deep brachial artery. Next point, because it goes to radial canal. Yes? Deep brachial artery. Deep brachial artery in canal gives muscular branches to muscles of the posterior group. Next, collateral radial artery, please. Collateral radial artery and middle collateral artery, please. Middle collateral artery. Next, next brachial artery gives superior collateral ulnar artery, please. Superior collateral ulnar artery and inferior collateral ulnar artery. Inferior collateral ulnar artery, and after that it divides into two terminal, radial artery and ulnar artery. Here ulnar, if right, here radial. Yes. Next, branches of the ulnar artery. Ulnar artery near elbow joint gives posterior recurrent ulnar artery, and you see it anastomosis with superior collateral ulnar artery. Here posterior recurrent ulnar artery. Here anterior recurrent ulnar artery, and you see it goes and form anastomosis with inferior collateral. Yes, here anterior recurrent ulnar artery. It anastomosis with inferior collateral ulnar artery. Next, ulnar artery gives a common interosseous artery. Common interosseous, which gives to anterior interosseous artery to muscles of the anterior group of the forearm, and posterior interosseous muscles to branch to muscles of the posterior group. Next, ulnar artery gives many muscular branches to muscles of the anterior and posterior group of the forearm. Near radiocarpal joint, ulnar artery gives palmar carpal artery and dorsal carpal artery. Here palmar carpal artery, palmar carpal artery. Here dorsal carpal artery, dorsal carpal artery. Radial artery near elbow joint gives recurrent radial artery, and very good, you see it anastomosis with collateral radial artery, branch of the deep brachial. Here recurrent radial artery. Next, radial artery gives many muscular branches to muscles of the anterior and posterior group of the forearm. Near radiocarpal joint, it also gives dorsal carpal artery and palmar carpal artery. The anastomosis forming dorsal carpal arch, and palmar carpal arch. Please, yes, you understand. Ulnar artery near elbow joint gives posterior recurrent ulnar artery, which anastomosis with superior collateral ulnar artery. First anastomosis of the elbow joint. Anterior recurrent ulnar artery anastomosis with inferior collateral, second anastomosis of the elbow joint, and recurrent radial artery branch of the radial anastomosis with collateral radial, third anastomosis of the elbow joint. If question arteries of the elbow joint, you answer. Elbow joint vascularized by three anastomoses until first anastomosis is formed by superior collateral artery, ulnar artery branch of the brachial, anastomosis with posterior recurrent ulnar artery branch of the ulnar artery. Next, second anastomosis. Next, third anastomosis. If question arteries of the radiocarpal joint, you answer. Radiocarpal joint vascularized by two arteries. Palmar carpal arch is formed palmar carpal artery from ulnar and from radial artery. Deep carpal arch, dorsal carpal arch is formed by dorsal carpal arteries from ulnar and from radial. Yes? Please, very good, you can see. Next, please attention. Radial artery on hand gives superficial palmar artery, which anastomosis with terminal part of the ulnar artery forming superficial palmar arch. Superficial palmar arch is formed. Ulnar artery anastomosis with branch from radial, What name of this branch? Superficial palmar artery. Ulnar artery gives deep palmar branch. Deep. It anastomosis with terminal part of the radial. Here I cannot show because deep position under the tendons of muscles. Deep palmar artery branch of the ulnar. Anastomosis with terminal part of the radial forming deep palmar arch. In the region of the hand, you can see two arterial arches. Superficial palmar arch under the under the skin and loose fatty tissue. Yes. And under the tendons, muscles, deep palmar arch. Superficial is formed by anastomosis ulnar artery with branch from radial. Deep, in difference, radial artery anastomosis with branch from ulnar. And these two arches, branches of these two arches, vascularize all joints, all muscles and skin of the hand, all structures of the hand. Branches of the superficial palmar arch, branches of the deep, you can see, pass to all joints, to all muscles. You see branches to all structures of the hand. That's all about arteries on the upper limb. You understand? If question arteries of the shoulder joint, you tell arch of the shoulder joint vascularizes is formed by two arteries, anterior circumflex humeral artery and posterior branches of the axillary artery in subpectoral triangle. If question arteries of the elbow joint, 3 anastomosis. If arteries of the radiocarpal joint, 2 anastomosis. If arteries of the hand, 2 arches. Muscles of the shoulder girdle, arteries, branches of the axillary artery, thoracoacromial artery, and branches of the subscapular artery. If question, arteries of the anterior group of the arm, muscular branches of the brachial artery. If posterior, muscular branches of the deep brachial artery, branch of the brachial. If question, muscles of the forearm, branches, muscular branches of the ulnar artery and radial, and also anterior interosseous artery to muscles of the anterior group, and the posterior interosseous to muscles of the posterior. If question arteries of the hand, you tell about 2 arches, superficial palmar arch and deep. That's all. That's all about arteries of the upper limb. Next practical